fixing scandal charge sheet has in fact been filed. This is the first on Times now. The IPL charge sheet has in fact named Dawood Ibrahim and 3 cricketers as the accused. The charge sheet also questioning the BCCI, saying that the cricket board did nothing to control the fixing. Now the charge sheet also mentioning that there were no checks and balances in the IPL, which in fact resulted in spot fixing. Bhavtosh joining us on the phone line with more details. Bhavtosh, what exactly does the charge sheet say? Right, we seem to have lost the phone line with Bhavtosh, but the charge sheet going on to mention that unrestricted access to dugouts, hotels and after-match parties were factors responsible for spot fixing. Sources are also telling your channel that the IPL charge sheet has named Dawood Ibrahim and 3 cricketers as the accused, questioning the BCCI, saying that the cricket board did nothing to stop or control fixing. Also mentioning that young players were induced with several offers by top bookies. And this is the breaking news coming in right now. First on Times now. The IPL charge sheet questioning the CBI, in fact saying that Dawood is the fountainhead of fixing and betting in the country. Charge sheet also mentioning how Dawood Ibrahim has control over spot fixing, and calls between Dawood and his accomplice in Dubai in fact blew the lid off this spot fixing case. And the scandal charge sheet naming Dawood, blaming the IPL, blaming the BCCI, saying that the atmosphere in the IPL was conducive for fixing because there was unrestricted access to dugouts and hotels and parties, which were in fact responsible, where young players were induced. Right, now this is the breaking news we're giving you right now on the top of the hour with First on Times now. The IPL charge sheet in fact questioning the BCCI. Bhavtosh joining us on the phone line. Bhavtosh, what exactly does the IPL charge sheet say?
Well, the charge sheet now runs into over 6,000 pages in fact, and the operative portion itself is around 572 pages. The total number of accused in this case is mind-boggling, 39, including Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Shakil, who have been named as the people who were running the spot fixing racket. Now, if I can now quote from the charge sheet, it says that Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Shakil were the fountainhead of spot fixing in India and also betting. The charge sheet also mentions that Tikku Mandi, who is also known as Ashwani Agarwal, is the mastermind of spot fixing in IPL Season 6. He, along with Ramesh Vyas, were in direct touch with bookies like Sunil Bhatia, who in fact lured players to carry out spot fixing in Season 6 of IPL. But the most important part, which is hidden in the charge sheet, is the severe indictment of IPL and the way IPL was conducted. Investigating officer ACP Manishi Chandra said that the entire atmosphere of IPL this year was conducive for spot fixing. If I can quote from the charge sheet, it says that the bookies and everyone had a free access in the dugouts, that there were no restrictions in the hotels where the teams were staying, and after match parties, the fact that players were being lured with money, all forced these young cricketers to carry out spot fixing. The charge sheet further mentions that young players knew that they were playing for clubs and not for national team, and this fact that the clubs itself, the ownership of clubs itself was slightly dubious and under suspicion, just added to the fact that there is nothing wrong in carrying out spot fixing. The charge sheet also explained how they managed to crack this case, which happened sometime around February, when research has been mentioned in the charge sheet. Gave them 8 numbers. Now, of these numbers, 3 belong to Dawood Ibrahim, and when these numbers were put under surveillance, they realized that Dawood was in direct touch with 2 persons. They have been identified as Salman, who is based in Karachi, who is a trusted lieutenant of Dawood Ibrahim, and the second person who has been identified, who was in close touch with Dawood Ibrahim, was Javed Chutani. The police have also produced a transcript between Javed Chutani and Tikku Mandi, and also between Tikku Mandi and Ramesh Vyas, to establish the entire chain of events. What is worrying for players like Srishant is the fact that Delhi police will move an application asking that their bail application should immediately be cancelled, and they should be brought here so that they can stand trial.
Right, absolutely, Bhavtosh. But what about the role of Srishant in this whole spot fixing scandal? What does the charge sheet mention about that?
Well, I will just quote from the charge sheet what exact words have been mentioned about Srishant. The Delhi police have mentioned that he was a player who was involved in spot fixing, was aware that his close aide, Jiju Janardhan, was in touch with bookies like Sunil Bhatia. Now, a bit of background about these two persons. Jiju Janardhan is a very close friend of Srishant. He had played club cricket, and it was in fact Sunil Bhatia, a Nagpur-based bookie, who roped in Jiju Janardhan, and thus Srishant was roped into spot fixing.